They be like, ooh, ooh, she say, he say, he rock. How that sound really still?
What up, everybody? It is HeSaySheSay Radio coming virtually with episode 19. It is your boy Solomon.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Siobhan J.
It's MJ.
Hey, it's your girl Jordan.
And I'm Sinead.
Okay, so we got a little shaky topic that a lot of people are going to have their own opinions about. But I was listening to something earlier today, and it's a lady. She remained anonymous. A lady brung up that she kind of somewhat had a crush on her husband's best friend, right? So she said she's never ever tried anything, touched or nothing with her husband's best friend, but she said there has been times where her and her husband were having sex and she was thinking about his best friend. Now, the question is that cheating?
Yes.
I don't think so.
How?
And why is that?
I mean, technically, if you want to dive into the technicals, it's not cheating. You can think whatever, you can think whatever the hell you want. I'm sure most of people think, damn, like what if I'm just with Megan Thee Stallion, we're on the beach, and you know what I'm saying, we do what we do. It's the same thing. You thought of another person, even though you still in a whole relationship with someone else. Just because you think about it, a lot of times we can't even control our thoughts. So just because I think about it, now it changes when I act upon a situation. Now, if I act upon a situation, then technically I'm cheating. But just because I'm secretly in love with somebody mentally doesn't mean I'm cheating on you, though.
I beg to differ.
Go ahead.
No, I'm listening. Go for it, Jordan. Because
I mean, I would say technically it's not cheating because you're not physically cheating, but I feel like there's different types of cheating. There can be like emotional cheating, or like when your mind is not with that person, it's with somebody else, those thoughts can lead to cheating.
Yeah.
true.
That's hard. That's hard, boy.
I guess you just have to, you really just have to train yourself. It's a hard thing. It's easier said than done. But like Jordan said, if you're constantly thinking about someone else, then you're not fully devoting yourself to the person that you're with. Because the situation is when she's, having sex with her husband or lover, whoever, she's thinking about somebody else. And it's the emotion and the connection is not there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's cheating to me. You might as well be having sex with the other person.
Yeah.
So hey.
I would say that too. Yeah. Okay, but the thing is this: people that do cheat, it has to start off mentally first, correct?
Right.
So is it safe to say that if that's what you're thinking about a lot of the times, is it safe to say eventually you're going to go do it?
Yeah.
It depends on how much self-discipline you got.
Right.
Hey.
The best thing to do would be to end the relationship if it's so much of a yearn for you to be with that person. Some people have enough courage to, I'm going to end this before I cheat on this person. But some people can't do that. It just happens. And they just do it, but it's still wrong.
I feel like she just pretty much is not emotionally there anymore. If you got to think about somebody else to bring you like that, some sort of satisfaction, then that means you just emotionally not there. That doesn't technically mean I'm cheating on you just because I'm not thinking about you in the moment. As bad as it sounds, that's just not how it is, though.
That's true. That's real.
Sounds terrible, but I'm not cheating on you. I'm not emotionally clicking with you at the moment, which will eventually lead to me cheating.
Okay, I'll ask everybody this question, but I'm really directing it towards Solomon at this point. I heard you bring up Meg Thee Stallion, right? Okay, we see her as a celebrity, basically. So let's just say a guy, he's having sex with his girl, but he's thinking about Meg Thee Stallion. Since she's on that celebrity platform, that's more of an unrealistic, thought.
Yeah.
But since this woman is saying her husband best friend, that's somebody that's right, like she can get to. So does that change the level of that's cheating versus, okay, I'm just thinking about a celebrity who it's a 1% chance I have sex with Meg Thee Stallion. So it's just like, okay, like
it doesn't change the situation. The situation's still the same. You still not emotionally there. Just because Megan Thee Stallion a celebrity doesn't mean like she's not a human, right? So we it's the same situation. It's just like the more cautious the man got to be. All right, okay, this is my best friend versus someone that I know you can't get. All right. So then that should click in God's head, like, okay, she has the potential to actually cheat on my ass.
Yep.
wow.
Okay. But if it's in your head for a lasting time, you need to go ahead and get out of that. If it's like today I'm just not connecting with you, is it the same thing?
What you mean?
Is that still cheating? If it's like, okay, like back to the example, if that night she was just thinking about her husband's friend, and then the rest it was like she's not really thinking about it no more, is that the same thing as her thinking about it continuously?
Well, not really, because like Solomon said earlier, which was something I agree with, you can't control your thoughts. I say 85 to 90% of the time, you can't control your thoughts. Now, once that thought comes about, you can kind of control how much you think about it, if that makes sense. But I mean, it might just pop in your head that, hey, that's just something I just thought about. Now, like MJ said, once you go act on it is a completely different story. But to add to the situation, since we've been quarantined, of course, I guess the guy used to come over a lot, to the house because his best friend was her husband. So she's saying that since we've been quarantined, she hasn't seen the best friend, and it's kind of bothering her that she hasn't seen him. So is it safe to say that with that extra information that it's just a matter of time before she tries to do something?
Now,
because why are you missing somebody that you're not with?
Missing that physical presence.
Yeah, you're missing a physical presence, and it's like.
Now you can cheat with your eyes, though. That's scripture. You can cheat the first. You can cheat with your eyes. So if I look at
is that just lust?
Of course.
Yeah.
Everybody falls to a moment of lust sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't think lust. Wait, hold on.
You can't say that you ain't walked by somebody and be like, "Ooh, they look good."
Okay, let me put it like
you got a point. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. I'm pretty sure I'm accurate with it, but if I'm not, hey, whatever.
Okay, but go ahead.
I'm sure everybody that's on this radio show has at some point of their life, seen somebody, thought they looked whatever they looked like, and was just like, I wonder what it felt like. Or
I wonder what it's like.
I
wonder how that's gonna be.
Yeah, so if that's the case, if you're single, okay, who cares? But if you're with somebody, is that cheating?
Yes. Yeah.
So y'all don't sit here and tell me.
To me, cheating has more to do with actions on a cool.
Yeah, it's a physical thing.
Regardless, I feel like your commitment is strange.
Yeah.
If you allow your mind to wander, your eyes to wander, at that point you're being selfish. You're not caring about your partner.
Well, you're not blind.
That's true. Like, you can look at somebody, acknowledge what they have, and not let your mind go far.
It don't take long.
Well, that's you're giving me some excuse. I think if you wanted to do it, you could. That's the problem. Y'all, people don't want to because it's convenient.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like you understand, you can't control your mind from going to extreme depth. At the same time, if you think about a certain situation where it pretty much could jeopardize your relationship that you're in currently with somebody right now. That's not a form. To me, that's not that. It's a form, but it's not. That's weird. It's not cheating. Hey, cheat.
All right.
Just put yourself in those shoes and say, hey, if let's say this was something your girl was doing, would it? Now, of course, it's not okay with you, but if she's doing it, would you say, well, at least she hasn't, physically did anything, so I'm okay?
I mean, I'm not okay, but
I just don't want to know.
Right.
I'm pretty sure a lot of us be thinking about some weird, crazy, wild things, and we just don't express those things and don't act on it, right?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, a lot of us fellas be thinking like, damn.
No good.
Solomon's defense: women think of just as much.
Just as much, bro. Women are crazy, sneaky, and crazy, just like men.
We'll never know.
Facts.
Never know.
Well, anyway, dude, what's going on with this coronavirus, Kelvin? Because it's getting deep.
The funny thing, I feel like the funny thing about everything is they're saying, okay, starting Friday, they're going to start opening up different retail stores and different restaurants, and they're allowing 25% of the capacity of whatever that place is. But I don't think we're ready for that. Honestly, I mean, we want to be ready, but we're not. Like, I think I want to say it was last week. We went like 1 or 2 days with no deaths recorded. And I think a lot of people got like real happy and was like, oh, okay, which that was progress. So don't get me wrong, it was progress. But I think they started making moves too soon. They didn't let it kind of be, instead of 1 or 2 days, let it be a week or 2 weeks, and then kind of start to, slowly do stuff and open stuff back up. But I don't think, I think it's too early. I honestly think it's too early.
Yeah. People can still get sick even if, because it's not over yet. That's the thing. It's not over. And I know so many people that are going to really be at these restaurants and at these businesses because they've been ready since quarantine started. I've already seen it all over the TL. Like, for real, they ready. So it's been people acting crazy even when we not supposed to be gathering and stuff. It's been so many parties and stuff happening. It's ridiculous. Cookouts, So me personally, I'm not stepping outside until we get this thing under control. The earth will not see me. The world will not see me, except virtually.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Now, with the businesses back opening up Friday and everything, I ain't going to lie to you. I got to get back to some bread. But I'm going to just go about it in a safe way because I have been quarantined and I ain't really left the house for nothing. But, I just got to go about it in a safe way because, not everybody got the stimulus checks. Not everybody was able to get different types of government assistance. So if you got to go back to work, or that'll be the only reason I would go off. But it's not just awesome. I'm going to have some fun type stuff.
That's true.
Bro, that's my thing about it. Because if we really been honest, bro, we gotta be. I feel like we just gotta be rational about a lot of things, bro. We cannot. The United States or any part of the globe cannot afford to prolong a quarantine pretty much for like the rest of the year. Economically, and me personally, I know a lot about economics. I trade in the stock market. Like, I know how the economy works when like certain pandemics and stuff happen. We cannot. Oil was less than a cent this past week in the markets, to where you couldn't even trade the shit no more until it got back to equilibrium. So we can't economically afford to go on an extended long quarantine because a sickness is out. We have the propensity to get the coronavirus after years. It's still gonna be floating in the air. The flu is still a sickness that people can get. At the same time, you have to think strategically, of course, abide by the certain protocols that the government is issuing us as citizens. At the same time, you gotta move like with wisdom and know, like, okay, we can't afford to keep doing this forever. Something gotta give. At the end of the day, we need money to live our lives, to pay bills. Because at the end of the day, them hoes will still keep coming. Nobody can keep letting them live free. You gotta buy food. I'm ranting. I'm pissed.
But you're on to it though. You got it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's like the good part about it. It's like, you know, everybody can make their decision in this situation. If you want to stay home, you can. And, you know, they're opening up for people who have businesses, who need to do certain things to get out there and, you know, get things done. But I think that at this point, like, there hasn't been a cure. We don't know how long this is going to stick around. People are still catching it. So just like, you know, it's natural selection at this point. If you want to take a risk and just be out there willy-nilly, then that's on you.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm being sad.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are getting frustrated with the criticism of going outside and doing what they do. I've seen like a couple of disputes on social media, and it's like, you know, why are we worried about other people and what they do? And personally, I think that it's just a matter I don't know if people they just don't care or what, but I feel like people need to understand that it's a serious thing and people are dying, or you are passing it on to somebody else who could get killed from it. So we need to be staying in the house, or at least taking safety precautions if you are going to do something.
Like, do what you have to do, but don't just be outside, you know, Sunday fun day and just yeah.
All right. So we'll see.
Yeah. And then like at the same time, like I've really been enjoying this time for myself, because I know that, like, for one, I was tired of working. So, you know, I don't have to work. And then I can really focus on the things I wanted to do. Like, I've been starting investing. You know, I've been doing a lot of research. It's just so many things that, like, you know, we have time to do now that we didn't have time for. And so I feel like, you know, trying to rush it and get back out there when you don't necessarily have to, it's just a huge risk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Time to chill. I like getting my money, but I've been relaxing. It's kind of nice. It's nice.
All right, so this next topic is basically, if y'all don't know what Insecure is, but it's basically a show with Issa Rae. And in the scene, she was basically talking about how her ex, you know, she did a lot of things for him. She built him up. You know, she showed him a lot of things. And she felt like he used all the things he learned with her and started treating his new girl better than he did when he was with her. So I just want to ask y'all, like, how do y'all feel, especially like the ladies, how do y'all feel about, you know, men basically taking what they, you know, got from you and using it on the next woman? How does that make y'all feel?
You know, as cliche as it sounds, and I'm gonna just keep it up with you.
Can't hear you, Kelvin.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. So if I built him up to the man that he is today, he didn't work out for me. Cool, I've accepted that. You and him, perfect together. Cool. Y'all live y'all life. I wish nothing but the best for you. Like, and that's just me keeping the buck with you, because yeah, you're gonna look at me like, wow, I asked you to do all these things you couldn't, but it took me telling you that you needed to change. And I wasn't gonna wait for you to change. So once you figured out you needed to change, you already moved on, and so you're able to be better for her.
Yeah, I feel like it's important to realize that, like what Shadea said. It can be easier said than done, though. Sometimes I know in the show for people that watch the show, I know that it can be hard when, you know, this person, you dealt with them in their prime when they like, you know, was probably jobless, was trying to get money, just like the struggle. And, you know, you were there for that. And now that y'all aren't together anymore and this person has a job and probably has the money that he needs, then it's like this next woman, she gets her dinner paid for, or she probably gets her nails paid for, and all of a sudden you didn't have that. So I feel like as a female, or maybe even as a guy, who knows, it can go both ways, but it's just like, dang, like this was somebody that I loved and I wanted to do that stuff with. But hey, like Shadea said, sometimes it just don't work out. It wasn't meant for you to, hey, everybody comes in your life for a reason. So maybe you were the person that was supposed to help this man out or help this woman out. It hurts, but now they are the person that they need to be for the next, and yours is coming.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I feel like, you know, you either a blessing or a lesson in somebody's life. So if it didn't work out with y'all, then maybe you was just a listen, and you wouldn't want that person going and doing everybody else dirty or something like that, you know, or you teaching them certain things. They're supposed to be able to use that later on in life. That's just how it is. That's how life goes.
So basically in the show, the girl built the man up.
Yes. He was like a bum. Yeah, he was kind of a bum. He didn't have no job. He was working on this business
with no action.
Yeah, business plan.
And then he ended up getting a new girl and treated her differently.
Yeah, because he had a job. He was working corporate now.
Yeah. So basically, the ex is mad that he took everything that she taught him and pretty much, you know, gave that to the next woman.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you be mad at someone for something that you taught them?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it was kind of like
him for her. So
it don't matter. See, he learned.
No, you're not gonna understand because you're not gonna get it.
No, Shadea, honestly,
it's not how this works.
look, wait. No, Shadea, it's not that. It's not that. He'll never understand. The thing is this. I want to put it out there like this. First off, when you're in one of these situations, you have to account that with what you're doing, yes, it is a good time. It's a good thing that you're trying to build somebody to be a better version of themselves. That's good. But you have to also account that they can take what you give them and go elsewhere. You have to have that account. You have to account for that at all times. Now, on top of that, you have to watch what you teach people and the person that you're teaching. Because like Shadea said, okay, well, I wanted to build you up for me. It might be true. But
that's some type of manipulative.
Ooh,
no, it's not even like that. It's not like that's no. It's like on some how I prefer to be. Maybe it's like a love, like how you prefer to be loved. So I'm gonna show you how you should love me for us to, you know, be on the same page. Like that's not no type of manipulation. It's you want somebody, the person that you love and care about, to love you so y'all can connect. And so you invest yourself emotionally, you know, physically, this, that, and third, and it's like, wow, I gave X amount of time. Dang, okay, you know what? It's time for me to move on. But you move on, he all of a sudden wants to act right. You know, I get how she could be feeling away because it's like, dang, you couldn't do it for me, but you can do it for somebody.
Yeah.
I think
but in that case, I honestly agree with what Shadea is saying as far as, you know, the whole I was trying to not build you, but get you to understand this is the way I want to be loved. You're not loving me this way. This is what it's going to take for you to love me and keep me, vice versa. I don't know per se, was she doing the same for him? Like, did he have an issue with anything she was doing? I don't know that. But like I said, you have to watch what you teach somebody because of the person that they are. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was any type of hints that he might have given her that she could have saw that led up to him going to do what he did for the other girl. So You just gotta watch what you teach people and who you teach.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, that if she knew like he was gonna be like that, then that should be a point in time where you reserve what you give to somebody else because you know how they are, right? You wouldn't welcome somebody like that in your space anyway. And at the same time, yeah, it's cool for the woman to feel a certain way because I mean, she was there when he was, you know, at a low place and taught him the ropes on how to love a woman. But at the same time, when his time there is done, you can't be pissed at him for using the tokens that you gave him to pretty much establish something with someone else. Because I mean, maybe it is right. Maybe that's the correct way to love. So why would he use alternative to try to love someone else when he knows the correct way and he knows it worked? So that's what I get from it. You always learn from your past relationship. You don't want to go in that hole.
Yeah, this is true.
I
Go ahead, Jordan.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like guys do for like the woman they actually want to be with.
True.
So I feel like I've seen a lot of women in this situation because a lot of women do give more than what they get sometimes in a relationship. And they don't necessarily see that while the relationship is going on. So they just give, they give. And at the end of it, they don't get much out of it. You know, they waste a lot of time. They might have kids. You know, they might have given financially and they worse off than they was because they was, you know, giving to him and doing for him. And I don't know. In a way, I kind of feel like sometimes men can be worse bums than women. I don't want to say, because, okay, like,
that's a discussion.
Because women, like, sometimes, like, you know, we'll ask for our hair done, you know, our nails and little stuff here and there. But, like, a man, he wants you to fill out his application, fix his resume. He wants you to go and buy him an outfit. He needs you to do this and that. He wants you to baby him. So I feel like, I mean, yeah, you can teach him things, but I think she was kind of talking more as, like, she's given a lot of time. She's given a lot of money. She built him up, like. And I've been in experiences where, like, you know, I built somebody up, you know, somebody using my car to go drive to somebody else's house to flex with somebody else.
Don't look at that. All the
and listen, I will never do it again. But, you know, it taught me a valuable lesson. You have to be careful about, you know, what you're doing for somebody and how you're giving to somebody. Especially if they don't appreciate it or they don't reciprocate it. And that's something you have to figure out during the relationship and early on.
I like that Jordan brought that up. I like that she brought that up because it kind of it does make sense because I do. Now, I'm not saying that girls can't bum on a guy because there's plenty that do it. But it's like, I know I have friends to this day, multiple that are dealing with this situation where it's time put into this man out of love and out of care. I mean, I've been there before. Right now, I don't think I could do it, but they give him money, they car, just so this man can get to work and get his money or just whatever. And it's like now that if the guy moves on to another female and now, he got his own car and he got all of this, and it's like, well, dang, I really loved you or I really cared about you, but I couldn't have that experience because you didn't have nothing. I was kind of building you, or you didn't have as much to provide, shall we say. So she on to something.
It sucks.
Well, did y'all think about it in this way? Did you ever think that maybe the guy felt like, okay, well, I know not in this particular situation, but just the situation at hand. Did you might think that the guy's like, okay, well, you're sitting here trying to, you know, not run me, but run me, get me to do this, do that. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to go do it somewhere else. So, like, you know, that you think you're going to build me to be with you? Okay, let me flip that on you. You going to build me, and I'm going to take what you gave me, and I'm finna go over here. You should have let me.
That's a lot.
I kind of get what you're saying, but then at the same, I kind of feel like men kind of do that in situations where they feel like less of a man. Like if they're with a woman that's like more successful than them, have more than them, it kind of makes them feel less of a man. So they want to get with somebody who they can impress, who they can do for, that, you know, maybe that's a little bit under them, so they can, you know, I guess like impress them in a way. Because I feel like men kind of don't like when or some insecure men don't like when they have like, you know, powerful entrepreneur women who got it going on. And maybe it just feels like less of a man if a woman is like sitting there teaching you stuff that you don't even know.
But me personally, I feel like if I'm gonna build somebody, like I said when this first started, if I'm gonna build somebody, I always keep in mind that first off, this can go two ways. Either she's gonna be built, and I really don't like to keep using the word built, because it's not like you're building somebody, but to help them. Okay, let me help this person, and that person can either be helped by me, for me, or she could be helped by me for somebody else. There's always a thought. You have to keep that in mind at all times. But I feel like, honestly, if I help somebody to be a better version of them and they go do it with somebody else, I feel accomplished to me, because it's like, you probably wouldn't have been in that situation if you had not came through me. That's how I look at it. But everybody's kind of different.
If you have a good heart, congratulations. That's a tough one right there. It really just hurts for some people. It's a tough situation to be in. Now, I don't know too many guys that have had the opposite, like vice versa, but I don't know if that was happening for y'all. You know, would you feel some type of way? Like, dang, this girl ain't do this with me, but she doing it with her new man.
Nah, I want you to be great.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, me personally, like, I would kind of feel a way, but I wouldn't be to the point where I'm acting like bitter because you became a better person. Because at the end of the day, I know, like, we all have like steps or seasons in life to where, okay, you came here with me. I did what I had to do to help you, to help form you to the person that you supposed to be ultimately, but you pretty much took what I gave you and pretty much applied it to the next relationship. At the end of the day,
what you're
like,
supposed to do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I can't be mad at you for learning key things that's correct and that's ethical for you to pretty much apply that to the next relationship. I cannot be mad at that.
Yeah.
If so, then you kind of just with the person.
Mm-hmm.
This makes sense. Well, people.
Yeah, because if anything, if you're gonna be mad about anything, if anything makes you mad, I think what should make you mad is
your ass couldn't hold
they
on.
go do something better. I think if you to be mad at anything, I think you should be mad at if they were to go be better with somebody else and you didn't teach it to them, but you knew they had it all along.
That's when you can be pissed.
But then I don't think you should be you should be mad, but I don't think you should be as mad, because maybe it's something, because you can go two ways. You can say, well, was it something that I wasn't doing to bring that out of them? But if you did everything you could, at the end of the day, like with any situation, I feel like if you do everything that you can possibly do and it just still doesn't work out, that you should just be glad that it did not work out, because you've given everything you had in the tank. So now, if you got a little bit left in the tank, then you should be mad at yourself at that point, because it's like you're mad about something that you probably could have tipped the rest of that little bit you had out in the tank, and it probably would have went a whole different direction. But it's not the case.
Yeah, that's true.
Happens. But it was a stir on social media last night, and it kind of stirred me. So basically, so the scenario is that when us fellas have a woman over, or she come over, you know, after 2 o'clock, say it's between 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning. a guy's normal. Well, I wouldn't say normal, but the average male first intention is like, okay, she wants to have sex due to the fact that it's late at night. Can that be a form of rape?
No. The rape comes when she doesn't want it to happen. She's letting you know that she doesn't want it to happen, and you're still forcing it, and it does happen. That's when the rape comes in.
Is that like rapey behavior for automatically thinking in your head like, okay, she want to have sex with me because she's coming at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Come on. Only things open at 4 o'clock in the morning is the legs and the stuff.
Yeah, we all know that.
So
Right.
Common sense.
cool. If you make the plans to go and then all of a sudden you was just like, nah, I'm not feeling it, then that needs to be communicated prior to you getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get there because he already, oh yeah, I'm about to get this, that, and the third. Right. Candles lit.
Went to QT real quick to get some.
Yeah, especially depending on if it's a situation where this is a guy, like you know how we are. You meet somebody or something and I'm gonna go over to such and such house. Then all of that comes into play. But for some people, if it's like, oh, this is like a really good friend of mine, we do this all the time, we just link up, we talk, whatever. Well, like, some people have that relationship like with because sometimes this type of thing can happen and it can be with the person that knows you or that's close to you. And some people may have that guy friend, or for males, that female friend, because females are people that can commit rape as well. So you may have that relationship where it's just like, pull up, let's chill, or let's whatever, and then it happens. I mean, that's a pretty messed up situation. But like Kelvin said, if it was communicated, like you said no and it happened anyway, yeah, that's rape. And that was probably something that couldn't have just been avoided. I feel
that's why you gotta, that should be talked about before the person even come over. Cause I'm not finna be telling you to come over and stuff at that time of night if we ain't already talked about that. Now, here's the issue. The issue is when they get over there at that time and the whole mood change. Because I'm going to just be honest with you. As a guy, it's a little scary for us because we don't really know. For instance, every guy in here going to know what I'm talking about. The hand on the knee, right? The hand on the knee. So you're really trying to feel it and see if everything good. You put the hand on, then you slide up, right?
The inner thigh.
Yeah, now you at the inner thigh, and you really it's about 2:30 in the morning, and you really like, okay, like, now,
stop.
If she move your hand, here's the issue. Do you put your hand back there? Do you start back at the knee? Do you just leave it alone? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Do you tell her to leave? What's next?
Well, I can answer this, but this was long time ago with me. But the thing is, this is the thing. Like Emily said, you don't know. A lot of times, girls play games. They play games. So it's like, okay, she said no. Did she really mean it, or is that just? Or is this just to, get the vibe?
Then they be like, I want you to put in some effort. But you said no.
So we need to change.
I'm not putting in no more effort.
And that's the thing that I've always, came. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that I've always had a kind of weird vibe with. No is one word. No means no, and then a lot of times no means yes. So it's just like, why are we using no for both?
Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't be the case. But a lot of people get it misunderstood, and it's a misunderstanding. And it's like, it happens. And then, boom, what do you do at that point?
I'm going to tell you the real problem. When it's alcohol involved.
Yeah.
Especially being in college, we know it's them nights where everybody, you getting real messed up, and you go home with somebody or something. You never know. Is there rape?
I think
You
the
mean if both of
mindset.
them are drunk? If both of them are drunk, or just
even if both of them are drunk, well, yeah, I wouldn't say one. If both of them are drunk, and then the girl wake up the next morning and just on some like, I didn't want to do that. How was I supposed to know?
You don't have good friends.
that? And that's such a great area. It's like
Hell no,
so many things. Like it. I don't know. That's
It
tough.
happened. I know people it happened too, and it's just like, damn, is it rape or is it not?
Exactly.
We both really.
If at one moment some person came conscious of the situation, I think at that point you can consider it rape because you knew this wasn't agreed upon.
Yeah.
Drunk, you know what I mean? But if you make it to the morning and both y'all like, bro, what happened last night? We don't remember. You gonna have to say it is what it is, and that's just that.
Yeah, like in the movies.
Nobody knows what happened. Like,
Right.
That's true. Yep.
It's scary to me. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't see situations where both people are drunk, and the next morning the girl like, well, I didn't want to do that. But at the club, you got full consent. But if I'm drunk and you drunk, I don't know if you that editor, because I'm that editor. So it's like it's a thin line.
But another thing is what I was pretty much saying in the beginning was I feel like you naturally if a woman pulls up like 4 a.m. in the morning, she cannot be mad that the guy's intention is like y'all trying to have, or he trying to have sex.
Right.
He can't.
That's correct.
Like common sense tells you if you hadn't known that shit, you asked her to stay home.
Right. Even I know that. If I know this person been trying to holler at me all week or something, or all months, whatever, and I'm coming over there at 2, he gonna want some. Now, if I say no, then it's no.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I already know that that's going to be somewhat initiated because it happens every time. It's even happened to me. If I'm there late and it's like, yup, here you go, you just have to use your words, say no, and avoid the situation. But if you don't want to be in that predicament at all, it's very risky because especially if you don't even know that person, you shouldn't be going over there anyway because you never know. People are capable of anything, and you don't know what can happen. So you just gotta think, ladies, gentlemen, just think, please.
Yeah, I mean the writing is all over the wall. I mean, what is there to do at 4 o'clock in the morning in my bedroom, in my bed? What else is there to do other than sleep? I didn't invite you over here to sleep. So it's like, well, the thing is, it's like, okay, well, you have to be, like Brittany said, a thinker. Okay, he hit me up at 3:30 in the morning to come over. What are we gonna do? Watch a movie? What does that lead to?
Right.
What we're gonna talk? Okay. Oh, he said he had a blunt. Oh, he said he had some shots. Okay, what does that lead to? That leads to both of y'all not being sober. What does not being sober normally lead to when y'all probably kind of attracted to one another?
Skinning.
Yeah, like it's like I think a woman should never put herself in a situation as like Sally said at that time of night or morning if you're not willing to do that with that guy. Because the thing is, it's not your fault that he wants to do that, but you don't know, like it was just said, men and women are capable of anything. So you might think, oh, I'm good. If he tries something, I'm gonna just say no. You can say no, but what if his interactions are a little bit stronger than your no? And what if you can't escape that? Then you put yourself in that situation. I hate to put it this way, but at the end of the day, you put yourself there. Yes, you didn't ask for that to happen to you, but you walk. That's like, okay, if I see a pit of fire, if I walk over there and put my hand in the fire, I got burnt by that fire. Nobody else is there to blame. I did that to myself. So if you go over there and something bad happens to you, you put yourself in that situation for it to happen.
Now, I'm gonna say this though.
It's the right thing. It's not right.
Us men, we do need to take a little more responsibility. And the reason I say that is because at a certain point we have to realize that it is not always oh, if she come over here at this time and this just bound to happen. Now, that's
Right.
when it goes back to, is it talked about, and if it's not, right? Because we can't just expect after a certain time that,
You
oh,
gonna
she
get
coming over here
some.
for this. Yeah, because that's not always the case. Now, if it's talked about, that's different. If it wasn't talked about, you know, you gotta have. I mean, you should have enough self-control not to force yourself on somebody, no matter what time it is.
This is true.
Yeah, I agree.
I lost my thought, but yeah.
I gotta
think-
think about it though.
Everybody
say
should
something about
be celibate out here, you know. Don't be linking. Why are we linking up with people anyway? We quarantining, you know.
Right.
And let your friends know. Like, I have had a friend that was pretty good about that. She went to somebody, she was going to see some guy. I don't know who he was. She barely met him. She went over there late in the night, but she at least let me know, like, okay, I'm gonna go see this person. He lives here. So as a friend, I was ready to, all right, if something happened. And it did get a little weird. She felt a little uncomfortable. Nothing happened, thankfully, but she was just, I'm ready to go, whatever. And it's like, okay, I know where you are. So if you are going to do that, then please let someone know. And let them know so you can be safe. And if you go over there with the right intention, and fellas, if you have the girl over there and you do what you do, you are wrong, point blank, period. You are wrong. Or ladies, because it can happen to both. So, yeah, just take precautions, please.
Yeah.
Yep, you definitely gotta use discernment, especially in college, because it's a crazy, scary place. I say that if you're not prepared and if you can't make decisions on your own and know when you need to get out of a situation or excuse yourself.
Pulling up during the day, shit. When the sun out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes that goes to parenting. Like, I feel like, that's not always everybody's option because some people don't have someone of some kind of adult in their life. But if you do and your parents ain't told you nothing about that, or just something, your friends, older cousins, I don't know, somebody, like, if you haven't learned what to do and what not to do, then that's just a problem. Because I feel like everybody should be well knowledgeable on the good, the bad, and the ugly.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Some things are just common sense too. But
Yeah.
that's all I can say. But that's it for today's show, guys. So please make sure you follow us on Instagram at HeSaySheSay Radio. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at HeSaySheSay Crew. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Deuces.
Mm-mm-mm.